Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful Sunday evening. I wanted to jump on and wish you all a very, very happy new year and just wish you blessings and the best year ever in 2017. And why I also wanted to hop on was because it came up in conversation today about exhaustion. And as we go into 2017, it's nice to be able to start feeling rejuvenated and energized, excited about the new year. It's a time when people are making resolutions, they're setting intentions, they're choosing words to represent the year, which is an interesting practice to do. And one of the things that comes up is the end of 2016, it was a rough year for many people. There were many, many blessings, and it seemed like a lot of people I spoke with had exhausting years. So if you've ended a year on exhaustion and you're getting ready to move into the next one, you want to make sure that your spirit feels refreshed. And I don't know if you've ever experienced this, where you don't feel too physically tired, but you have this deep, deep exhaustion. It's almost like you've lost the energy to keep showing up and doing your work. And this was very interesting for me because when I had a yoga studio and I would teach my classes, at the end of a long day of teaching, I'd be exhausted. I'd be white, completely drained. And the interesting thing was you'd think it would be a physical exhaustion, right? You're teaching all of these classes, you're running around, sneaking in some yoga poses, but it wasn't so much a physical exhaustion, and it had me a bit perplexed. I thought, where is this fatigue coming from? And this is one of the best things we can do is to slow down and to start to question. And when we slow down and we start to look at things at a more subtle level, we can start to distinguish. It's kind of like when you're learning yoga poses for the first time, brand new beginner, whether it's the pose or yoga itself, you want to just learn the basic shape of the pose. You're not going to worry about all the nuances and subtleties in the beginning. You just want to know 1 foot here, 1 foot there, and breathe. It's hard enough just to remember to breathe when you're in the yoga posture, let alone know, scoop the front sit bone under a little bit more, press the right shoulder blade a little bit more, relax the shoulder blades down. Forget it. Ay, ay, ay. Your brain's fried. It's too much. Just know, left foot in, right foot out. Good to go. So that's the idea, in the beginning. We work with the very grand, big, the macro, the gross. So when you're examining things, when you have questions, you want to start on a very high level, and you want to start slowly. So for me, when I felt this exhaustion, it's like, wow, what's going on? Maybe I need to come home and I need to do a yoga nidra or a restorative pose. Maybe that will help. And I tried that, and it helped to a certain degree because there was a bit of physical exhaustion. But I felt this ache right in the very center of my chest. And I thought, what in the world? What's going on? That's not a physical fatigue. This is something different. And what I came to discover, when you start asking questions, here's the thing. Sometimes you don't even quite know the questions to ask or even how to describe it, Think about talking with your little ones or even yourself, I have a pain and it's somewhere in my leg. And you start to say, well, is it my toe? How do my toes feel? No, not the toes. My foot, my ankle, my calf. Is it, in my hip? So you start to go from the very big and you start to drill down and find answers. And as you talk with other people about it, they help you become more succinct in your questioning and more focused. It's like a wall that you can bounce ideas off of. They become your eyes for you and tell you what they're seeing. So as I was examining this exhaustion and I started talking about it with some of my friends, they said, well, when you're teaching, what's happening is you are basically energetically trying to lift up. Hello, welcome. I can't see who's here. It's good to see you. But when you were teaching, what I was doing was I was trying to energetically reach out and carry the whole class. I had this great desire, this deep, deep desire to serve, for everyone to feel so well in their bodies. And if they came in with an ache, oh my goodness, I wanted to get the yoga posture, the sequence that was just going to make them feel like they were on cloud nine and solve all of their problems. And I just kept energetically reaching and reaching out. And my heart was so invested in what I was doing. And I started to worry or think about, oh, hi, Mary Ann. It's so good to see you. Oh, so lovely to have you. So what I was doing when I was teaching was I was reaching out and I was trying to almost make the shift for them. I wanted them so desperately to feel better, to feel well. And I discovered over time what was happening was it wasn't a very healthy exchange, right? Because when it comes down to it, no matter how much we love someone, no matter how much we want to serve them, we can't do their work for them. We can try, and maybe we could do the work, but it won't stick, and it's going to be really exhausting and very, very hard to do that. You can think of a loved one, and it's great to think of the analogy with little ones because they're still learning. So, if they're tying their shoes and they're having difficulties and you think, oh, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to tie their shoe for them and that way they can move on quickly and we can get out of the house and just go. But it robs them of the experience, and in the long run, it actually makes it harder for you because you're always going to be slowed down. They're not going to know how to do it and to take care of themselves. What happens when you're not there? So we may really think that when we love someone that the best love offering would be to do the work for them, but it's not. And it becomes exhausting and draining to us. So energetically, my heart was just getting so drained and so exhausted because I wasn't staying rooted in who I was. My thoughts kept going out to, different places, hopefully after class, lower back felt great. They had that release of tension and hopefully this person felt their shoulders feeling, oh, so marvelous. No more tension and tightness. And, I hope I remembered, to answer all of the questions in the email that I sent off. So we become scattered. And what happens is we're depleted. And it's one thing to say, oh, fill your cup and take time to refresh and re-energize, like I was doing with the Yoga Nidra and the restoratives, but it wasn't quite doing the trick. So what did help, the thing that helped me the most, was learning how to call my spirit home, as one of my teachers, Sonia Choquette, says. Instead of having, you can almost think of it like you're plugging into all these different ideas, plugging into people, plugging into thoughts outside of yourself. And sometimes people call that energetic cording. So what I needed to do was I needed to really plant roots right here and ground, and I needed to call my spirit home. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just walk you through that little exercise really briefly so that hopefully as you go into the new year, if you're feeling exhausted and depleted, especially if it's, an emotional exhaustion or a spiritual exhaustion and it's not so much a physical one, sure there's some fatigue, this will hopefully help you so that you can start the new year off with a great refreshment and great vision. So just taking a comfortable seat, I invite you to close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, welcome a few deep breaths. And imagine roots growing from the sit bones all the way down to the earth center, connecting you and grounding you. Good. And even imagine the earth itself reaching up and holding on to you. Maybe you visualize tendrils or vines coming up to just anchor your legs in a very loving fashion. And then from the upper part of the belly, just imagine a beautiful golden light that moves along the very center line of your body in front of the spine, out through the crown, connects you to the center of the universe. And even imagine the universe reaches back down and connects to you. And then imagine a golden sun over the crown of your head. And wherever your thoughts are, the to-do lists, the energy that you put into worry or thinking about other people, take a moment to call your spirit home. You're calling your attention, your awareness back to you. And you just visualize and imagine your thoughts, your energy, your spirit coming back in through a golden sun over the crown of your head, filtering it to its purest essence and bringing it down the throat and into your heart center. And anybody who has their energy in your space, whether it's because they love you and they don't want to see you struggling or hurting, send love out to all of the people who are in your space, so to speak. You can imagine just beautiful purple light going out to them. And lovingly send their thoughts, their energy, those cords, so to speak, just pulling them out by their roots, back to their guardian angels or their guides, never directly back to them. Because if it's not in their space, it's for a reason. Either you're helping them process it or they think they're helping you. So we send it back to their angels and guides who know when the right time is to give it back to them. And just start to feel yourself getting lighter. And imagine a beautiful golden light wash over the whole body, just sealing and protecting. And you can gently open the eyes. So this is just something simple we can do. And it's something that needs to be done over and over, just like laundry. So don't get discouraged if you think, I called my spirit home. Why am I exhausted again? It's like laundry and dishes. We just have to keep doing it. And that's okay. And we become more skilled at it. And we know when to do it. So I wish you the happiest of New Year's, the best 2017 that can possibly be for you. And I look forward to serving you in this new year. Sweet, sweet dreams and many blessings to you. Namaste. And lots of love. Bye. Thanks for watching.